If you've watched our last 3 videos, you will know that me and my dad flew from Florida to San Francisco. We rented a car and we went from San Francisco to Monterey to Yosemite National Park to Death Valley National Park to Oatman, Kingman, Laughlin, the Grand Canyon, Hoover Dam, and then Vegas.
Yes.
And we did all of this over 7 weeks, and we've had so many questions, and I want to thank everyone for your comments, especially on things like Death Valley. And Laughlin, we've had some really cool history people have posted, which I love all the comments, so thank you very much for that. Anyway, we've had a lot of questions about how much it cost, what we did, why we did it, why we didn't do certain things, how did it go, it must have been great memories, all of that. So we're going to talk about all of that, and I'm going to give you the breakdown of all the costs in case you're thinking of doing this, because again, we've had a lot of comments saying that we want to do this or we're planning on doing this, and so I'm going to give you an idea on all of that stuff. So let's roll the intro and then we'll jump straight in.
It really makes me wonder.
He's drinking.
Thank you. Now he's going to come over and wipe it on us.
Yeah. Oh, he hasn't finished. Every time we film. Every time. There we go. Nope. Still. Here he comes.
Welcome back to Brazen Brits. My name is Lawrence.
And I'm the actual Natalie this week.
Actual Natalie. I'm very funny because my dad said that at the beginning of every video, and I'm surprised no one said, you know, welcome back to Brazen Brits. My name is Lawrence.
And I'm Natalie.
Welcome back to Brazen Brits. My name is Lawrence.
And I'm Natalie.
Welcome back to Brazen Brits. My name's Lawrence.
And I'm Natalie.
Oh, there was comments about that.
Was there?
Yeah.
Oh, I missed them. Well, thank you. That's hilarious. So as I said, me and my dad did this huge trip. Just to clarify, we live in Florida. We have a home base here. If you're new here, we have a RV travel channel. So we're normally out in the RV, but this was an exception. My dad is from the UK. He came over to visit over the winter in Florida because the weather sucks in the UK.
Now, where is your dad actually from? Because a lot of people asked.
Oh, my dad is originally from Sunderland in the UK.
Mm-hmm, okay.
And he lived in Scotland for a little while where he met my mum, so she's Scottish, and then they moved down to the south where I've always lived.
So that's where the accent comes from.
Yes.
And apparently Lawrence just looks like a good old American boy. I love that comment. That was brilliant.
I'm proud of that.
He looks more American than some Americans.
Yeah. Here's what happened. My dad said, I would really like to go to San Francisco. And I was like, ooh, why? Like, I don't hear good things about San Francisco. He said, I don't know. I've always wanted to go. I want to see the Golden Gate Bridge. And I said, all right, I'm going, but I want to go to Alcatraz as well. So that was my deal. Anyway, so he flew over. He was here for a few weeks, and then we headed out to California, and you and my mum stayed here.
Yes.
Did spa days and things like that. So anyway, first thing I will say is San Francisco, I've said this in the videos as well, is that, and there's some comments about this, that San Francisco is rough, and do you really want to go there? Absolutely. I've been there twice for work, didn't like those trips at all. Maybe it's just because I was there for work, but being there with my dad and doing everything, it was fantastic. San Francisco is really, really nice. It's not dangerous during the day at all. We didn't venture out at night. And it was just really nice. It was cleaner than I remember. It was, we did the bus tour all the way around. We didn't see any bad stuff. We saw those hooligans on the motorcycles, which made my day. But there was nothing, you know, crime related. There was a few homeless people, but you'll see that everywhere. Yeah. So if you're scared of going to San Francisco, absolutely don't be. Again, I will say we didn't go out late at night. Even though the videos are over 3 weeks, we did this over 7 days, 8 days including flying home. And so we were in San Francisco for 2 days. Yep. Then we drove down to Monterey and then to Yosemite. Then we drove from Yosemite to Death Valley, which was a whole day because the Tioga Pass is closed because of the snow, so we had to go all the way down and round, so that took a whole day, which I was dreading that day. I won't lie, but that drive was really cool.
Oh, nice.
Like, if you're not used to the West Coast, I'm sure for people who live there it is boring as hell, but for us, some of the scenery was fantastic. So from Yosemite, we went to Death Valley. From Death Valley, we went to Laughlin.
Yep.
We stayed there, which is a small casino town. And from Laughlin, we then went from
Kingsman.
we went to
that day?
Yeah,
was it
Oatman.
Davis Dam first,
We did Davis Dam,
Yeah.
which is actually in Laughlin.
Oh, okay.
Then Oatman, Kingman, The Grand Canyon, which we decided
Didn't do.
not to do because it was too expensive and we
Yeah.
thought it was a rip-off. Go check out the last video for that. Then we did the Hoover Dam instead, which was fantastic. That wasn't on our list,
That
but
looked
we
good.
loved it. And then we went to Vegas, by which point we were exhausted and didn't really get to see much of Vegas. Okay, so that's pretty much our trip. We decided to do that over 7 days. I took a week off work. My dad's obviously very old and retired, so he was fine with that. So a couple of challenges that we had before I get onto the cost of this stuff and planning it. Me and my dad are very different people.
True. And similar in other
And
ways.
similar at the same time. Natalie they were here with us for about 2 months.
Like telling this story. Is it tomorrow?
Right, so we both draw out our stories, that's for sure, especially when we're tired. So anyway, the biggest challenge for me was that I am a late riser and I stay up late. I'm much more
Yes.
productive in the evening. In fact, we're very opposite with this as well. Natalie is very productive in the morning, as is my dad. He wakes up at 5 o'clock. I quickly learnt after that first day, my dad is useless after 7 p.m.
Well, that's like me after 5.
I know, but he shuts off. But he's been up since 5.
Yeah, exactly.
And so I had to make an adjustment there, which he did too as well. But
Nice, yeah.
still, when your
Number one
body
challenge.
and mind it is honestly because
Yeah.
we had like literally 5 hours in the middle of the day where we were both coherent. And so anyway, so that was a bit of a shift with that. Even though I pretty much did all the planning and did all the stuff, which my dad was more than happy to do that for.
Yeah.
He just went with the flow, and that's really, really cool.
Yeah.
That he could do that. One thing I will say is hotels. We only got one room with twin beds, so I'm going to go over some of the costs. That makes a
We
difference.
did have a little complication when you were booking. So we used Expedia for everything. We love Expedia. We used it for Route 66 as well.
Yep.
But if you make a little mistake on one of your hotel bookings, whew, it is
Yes.
rough trying to get it changed. Expedia do not want to help you out whatsoever.
No.
The hotels don't want to help you out whatsoever. They're like, tough, lost out your money, you have to rebook. So we did have a few complications with that.
Yeah.
Now I will say, eventually Expedia, when you get through to someone that's nice, we did get
And
it sorted.
I will thank Natalie. I screwed up a booking and I put the wrong dates in. Immediately I knew. As soon as I got the confirmation, I'm like, it's the wrong dates. I tried to change it. I could not change it. Expedia was saying I had to change it through the hotel. The hotel had to say I had to go through Expedia.
Yeah.
Anyway, I got
It's
all
a
flustered and
nightmare.
angry, and luckily Natalie stepped in, took the reins and fixed it for me. But they were adamant that I would have to pay, and it was $197
Yeah,
at
it wasn't
hotel.
cheap.
That was a one-click mistake, so make sure you do everything. Right, let's get to costs.
Yes.
Okay, so the first thing was our flights. This is going to vary from where you are, but to give you an idea, for me and the old man to fly into San Francisco and then fly out of Vegas back to Florida, it was $794.92. On the flight out, I did upgrade our seats so that we could sit together.
Nice.
On the way back, I did not.
Yeah. Wonder why.
Yeah, we were sick of each other by that point. We also had the car rental, so we rented a 4x4, not an all-wheel drive, it was a 4x4 SUV because we knew we were going to Death Valley and Yosemite National Park. And so the car rental plus insurance and everything like that is $871.67. I can't remember who that was through, I think it was Alamo. But they're all very similar, just look for the best price. Hotels.
Probably the biggest expense, I imagine.
Yeah, bear in mind, we were staying at, in the middle of San Francisco, right by Fisherman's Wharf. We stayed in Death Valley at the ranch at Death Valley. We stayed in the closest hotel to Yosemite National Park without actually being in the park.
Yeah.
And so the hotels were expensive. The cheaper ones was Laughlin, believe it or not, was very, very cheap. It was like $60 a night. And it was really nice as well. But Vegas, we stayed in the Pyramid Hotel. I can't remember what it's called. I can never remember the name of it. I'm sure someone will correct me. That was okay, not too bad. It's the price of a normal hotel, but you're in Vegas, so that was pretty cool. And the room was lovely there, by the way. All right, so hotels were $1,442.40. That also includes things like Wi-Fi upsells, parking charges, taxes, things like that. So there's a few other things that went on there. Okay, the interesting one that I thought this would be much more, but our gas for all of that, and I can't remember exactly how many miles it was, I will calculate it and overlay it here, but the gas we paid $359.26.
That's not bad. No.
It's not bad. Yeah, I thought that was great. And then finally, entertainment stuff.
So is that like your
Oh no, wait.
tickets?
Sorry, I forgot food.
Oh, food was expensive. I remember you saying to me, but especially
was.
Death Valley. And we found this if you watch our Route 66 trip, you're limited to where you can eat. And the only place
Yeah.
really was that buffet, which was like $40 per person. So,
Yeah.
and the beers were $10.
Yes, they were. Yeah, me and my dad had a couple of beers each, so that cost us $40 just for beer at that place. The buffet was expensive, and even like a normal steak was like $45 for something that you'd normally pay $14-15 for. Okay, so food and drink was a lot. We did get a lot of McDonald's on travel days because we didn't want to waste time, waiting for food and being served and tipping and all of this lot. So we did treat ourselves on many times, and other times we just had McDonald's. We also bought some bagels. We bought crates of water, which is always good for a road trip, especially in the dry west. Anyway, so all the food cost us $847.38.
Okay.
That is a lot.
That's like.
But I mean, that's kind of what we budgeted, because we budgeted $100 a day.
Okay.
And then plus we had a couple of, we bought a bottle of wine every now and then. We bought a gin and tonics, and we bought beer. So that includes our alcohol as well. Cause
Every now and then.
We did actually throw half a bottle of wine away.
Whoa.
At the end, yeah.
Gosh.
Exactly.
I'm so proud.
Thank you. Yes, thank you. And then finally, entertainment stuff, last category. So this is things like we bought America is Beautiful pass so that we could, we used that for Yosemite and for Death Valley.
But you couldn't use it for the Grand
We
Canyon.
were thinking we could use it for the Grand Canyon, but we couldn't because that's private. If you saw the video, it's a private park, and you can use it for the national park, not for the private bit. And so that was worth it. I think that was like $80.
Okay, that's not bad.
Honestly, it's not bad because that's pretty much what we would have paid for Yosemite and Death Valley anyway. So there's things like that. We did a few little things, nothing major. We did the Alcatraz tour. We did the bus tour around San Francisco. Highly recommend both of those things.
Yep.
Then there's just a few other little bits. I can't even know, but I do have a whole list. Oh, I didn't put it out. So I have a whole list of all the stuff, completely itemized. That includes the losings from Laughlin.
Yep.
We lost like $30 immediately on roulette there, and we played in the arcade like little children. So it covers all of that stuff. So actually $345 I don't feel like is that bad.
No, it's not terrible.
Anyway, so the grand total of everything for our 8-day trip on the West Coast was $4,660.69.
And although that sounds like a lot, that's probably one day at Disney.
Yeah, you're right.
I think we spent double that on 3 days at Disney.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, the only thing we cheaped out on was not doing the Grand Canyon.
Yeah, true. And that's not being cheap. That was silly prices.
Yeah, we ate what we wanted, we drank what we wanted, we did what we want pretty much most of the time.
Yeah.
We didn't, we didn't really cheap out on anything other than the Grand Canyon.
Yeah, no, it's good.
So yeah. So anyway, regrets on some of the trip planning. People have said, "Why haven't you done this or why haven't you done that?"
Yeah.
It was all around time. So there is so much stuff on the West Coast, and one thing that we found on our travels is when we first started traveling, we would always try and do everything we possibly could in that area. Like we're never going back.
Yeah.
Well, we slowed down and we said, you know what? We're going to come back at some point. We have the rest of our lives, and we're going to come back at some point so we can see these things again. Now, we are hoping to go back out to the West Coast.
Yep.
And so I have a list of stuff, thank you for all your comments, of all the things that we need to go see.
Yes.
And so, yes, my dad didn't get to see some of them, but also we got to see so much cool stuff. It was, it was fine. There's no way we're doing everything.
No.
So yeah, I hope that answers that. We just had to pick and choose what we thought was best for us. The only other challenge is, obviously traveling with you is very different. You're very active. My old man is very old. And so, no.
Well, you had to do all the filming and editing and speaking by yourself. You didn't have me to do all the filming for you.
That's true. Yeah, you normally do that, but my dad got really comfortable on camera, which was nice to see over the 3 episodes that we did over that week. He got very comfortable with it, and he kind of understood what I was filming and when and why and how it works. So that was quite cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, the only thing that we didn't get to do, I would have liked to do more hikes in like Yosemite or something. So I think we should go back and we can do a long hike.
Sure. Yosemite looked amazing.
Yeah,
even just on the video. I'm very jealous.
So sorry, I'm making it sound like my dad was holding me back. That's not the case at all.
No,
we did do hikes in Yosemite, but it was, some of them were tough. The steep, he couldn't do the steep slopes. He could walk all day flat.
Yeah.
So now I feel bad for almost killing him in
San Francisco.
But anyway, no, he did really well, so that was cool. So yeah, the only thing, if we went back, I would take more time to do hikes and
Nice.
you know, more walks and stuff. All right, I'm just rambling now. I don't know how long this is. All right, well, anyway, thank you everyone for your comments. Yes, it has created some amazing memories. Thank you to Natalie for forcing me to film it. I wasn't going to do it. I was just going to spend some time with my dad, and Natalie said, no, film it, and I'm really glad I did. One, so that you guys could see what we did and some of the, you know, just basically our typical banter.
Yeah.
And the other thing is I have some great memories. So.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. It was a good series.
Yeah, I may even, for our members, I may even put I filmed some of the conversation with me and my dad. I didn't put it in the video because most people aren't going to be interested, but our members may be interested, so.
And our members get lucky this week because your mum and dad have filmed a little video about their local area.
When they got home, my mum's like, you know what? I'm YouTube famous now.
She is.
I'm gonna
So
do my own
enjoy
video.
that, members. That's coming out this week.
Is it really?
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, I'll try and put some conversations that me and my dad put
That'll
up.
be
It's
fun.
more around our history and things like that, and my grandparents and stuff who I never really got to meet because they died when I was too young. So.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for watching. I hope this helped. If you have any other questions about planning this stuff, honestly, we planned this really well, and I don't have hardly any regrets at all. I think the trip that we did, I'd highly recommend it. So, any questions you have, just let us know. All right. Don't forget to like and subscribe if this was helpful. Hit the thanks button because Natalie and my dad love it when you do that. And if you'd like to become a member, we have been a bit lax with some of that content, but we are going to kick that up again now. No, we haven't.
Well, we're getting back on it, people.
We're not hiding anything. We're just boring. So yeah, so we'll be doing that. So hit the join button and you can become a member. There's a bunch of options that you can do there.
Yep.
All right. I have no idea what we're doing next week. So so tune in and find out what we've been up to. See ya.